So none whatsoever. Even if there are people.
Well, you're unfortunately not allowing me to be nuanced about the conversation, which is making me be no or yes.
Absolutely yes.
No.
No, that's what I'm.
Okay.
So,
but you did say yes or no.
I'm saying for a law that says in any way it's going to infringe upon somebody's ability to own firearms, you would be opposed to such a law.
The Supreme Court is opposed to that. In 2008, the district. I'm telling you, because I believe in the law and in the Constitution. In 2008, in the District of Columbia versus Heller, they determined that the Second Amendment isn't just exclusively for well-regulated militias. It's for people like you, for people like myself, for self-defense purposes. So if you have a problem with that, all you have to do is file lawsuits, and you can take it up to the Supreme Court, and maybe they will side with you that there are certain things that you can do to prevent law-abiding citizens from obtaining regular guns like a handgun.
But here's the thing. But just real quick, this is on your side. Here's the thing, and I gotta go soon too. Yeah. But great conversation.
I appreciate y'all hanging here so long.
I'm listening because the issue that we're having, I'm gonna talk to you real quick. The issue that we're having is that you're going after the morality. Don't do that shit. This is what you go after. Go after the fact that Make America Great Again, the people he supports, cut $88 billion from mental health services. That would otherwise help people too, and systemically help.
Can you explain to me those reforms?
To help to systemically reduce mental health issues. So when you talk about, I understand. I'm educating him because he might not know. Just real quick, I'm 30 years old. I've been doing this shit for a while, and I watch C-SPAN for fucking fun. So this is great. I watched when they cut millions of dollars from mental health services.
Like which ones?
When they cut, great question. So they cut they terminated school mental health grants in April 2025. The Department of Education ended approximately $1 billion in grants based in mental health programs for school. Wait, there's more. They restricted federal funding of agencies in 2025. The administration announced plans to recognize the HHS combining other agencies to reduce mental health in America. When we talk about gun reform, I own guns. I don't give a fuck. I love guns. I go to the range. I love that shit. Yeah. But the issue is when you have administrations that intentionally cut funding from mental health programs, you can't really sit here and have this moral high ground of, anyone can have a gun, but we have to be careful. It's only the crazy people that own guns and kill people. Well, shit, I think we would have less crazy people if we actually funded those programs that your hat supports.
One second, can I just ask you? If these are such successful agencies and programs, why has mental health has declined drastically through the years? Especially, one second.
Well, I got you.
One second. I got the answer. Especially after the COVID pandemic. We were in Biden's administration. They very much so funded these programs, but mental health has only declined in America. Why is that?
All right, so mental health has declined in America because it's a long list. But first of all,
I agree with you.
When you talk about,
but one second, just
hold on. Let me answer. But wait, you asked the question.
I just want to specify it.
Don't specify. Let me answer.
I just want to be specific so you can answer the question fully.
I already know where you're going. Let me answer the question. When you talk about agencies that intentionally defund programs that are specifically designed to help people after the COVID pandemic, then yes, of course, mental health has declined since 2023.
They didn't defund those programs. That's what I wanted to clarify. They
didn't defund the programs?
Biden defunded those programs, or did you tell me Trump did?
No. First of all, Trump did.
Okay, so in 2021 to 2024, when Biden was president, those programs were fully funded, correct?
I'm sorry. I was talking about before 2020 ever happened. People seem to forget Trump was president before Biden showed up.
Wait, 1 second.
Those programs
were fully funded under Biden.
No, they were not. No, they.
So what did Trump come in and do? He defunded them even more?
Yeah. Yes, you can actually do that as a president. You can defund programs as you get into the office.
I like this actually.
Good. Let's get into it.
In 2017 to 2020, the first term of President Trump's presidency, those programs were defunded.
Yes, he came into the office.
What did you just read?
I read 2025 because he defunded the programs. Again, let's have this conversation.
So Biden came in and refunded them? I just want to make sure we have.
Yes, as a president, you can come in and make changes systemically to fund and defund and refund programs.
Let's just be on the same page here.
I'm making sure we are.
You're claiming, which isn't true, in the first term, Trump defunded those programs. Biden came in and brought the funding back, and then now in 2025, Trump again came in and defunded it. Let's just take that version,
Yes.
which is fine.
Yes.
In that case, if those programs existed between 2021
Yes.
and the end of, which is the beginning of 2025,
Sure.
the end of Biden's agency.
Sure.
Why, while those programs exist, if they're so successful, why did mental health decline? Why were more people mentally unwell in America if those programs were fully funded? We're not talking about now, and we're not talking about the first term, which isn't true, but let's just, for the example,
It is
say
true,
it's
but
true.
okay,
Why did mental health decline so much if those programs were fully funded?
You know what? That is an excellent question. I'm actually going to answer that question with a question. Why did gun deaths go up as states began to open availability for people to carry guns?
Does Chicago allow you to do that?
Wait. No, because you talked about Georgia earlier. That's an excellent example.
That's not the case for Georgia. It's the case for Illinois.
Georgia
it's the
gun
case
deaths.
for DC. It's the case for Portland. It's the
Okay,
case for Denver.
but Georgia gun
But it's
deaths
not
have
the
gone
case-
up.
No, it's not. So
Yes, that is true. That is inherently true. Gun deaths have risen, even as states have allowed people to conceal carry, as you said earlier in his argument, that as you conceal carry and you have more availability, it lessens gun deaths. That is inherently not
According
true.
to various studies, including the CDC, NIH, as more concealed carries laws were carried out, those local surrounding areas, including that area, have deterred.
We're talking about
in terms
specific
of the crime
areas.
rate.
Listen, even if you talk about one specific zip code,
We're
you can
talking
still
about
have that
Georgia
conversation.
becoming a constitutionally carry, like you're allowed to constitutionally carry, and at the same time, crime has went down.
That is not true.
Okay.
It's not true. So now here's the deal.
So
if
1 second. So
Go ahead.
let's just go back to
Yes.
if the programs that you said
Yeah.
were so successful in declining mental health, or excuse me, solving mental health in America, why did mental health increase, or the unwellness of people? Why did it increase?
How do you define that? Define the mental health decrease and go.
Do you think that mental health
No,
decreased?
that's not what I asked. Define.
No,
I'm asking a specific question.
Listen.
Define
every
mental health
question. Have you
decreasing.
noticed that every question that you ask, you're not answering? You're asking
I
me a
am.
question.
I did
no, you're
answer
not.
the question.
You did this 3 times in
What
a row.
question
You
did
said,
I answer?
you said, I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Him and I both laughed at that because that's
No,
a
you said
classic
3
leftist
times. That was
thing.
once.
But you're not allowing him to be as
You just did it. You just did it the second
So,
time.
all right,
I
so
asked
let's
a
do
very
this.
simple question.
Let's go question
you
for
made
question.
The claim, you made
Go
the
ahead.
claim, right? You made
Yes.
the claim that Trump came in, he defunded those programs. Why would a person like me be advocating to target mental health relations when it comes down to guns? You're the one that is making the claim that because of those programs,
Was that a
there's
question?
more mental healthness.
I can
So
answer
I'm
that.
going to ask you now the same
Okay.
question I asked you 3 times, 4th time now.
Do it again.
If all those programs were fully funded during Biden's administration, in that same time, why did mental health increase? If those programs were so successful, why did the mental health, the unwellness of individuals increase in America?
It didn't.
We'll have to just
Wait, no. Because this is good. See, this is where the straw man arguments happen.
Sure.
Because you ask questions that say, why did this increase? Why did mental health or the lack of mental health increase? When you look, let me put this shit down. When you look at statistically, for example, as mental health programs have been enacted within, especially urban areas, gun deaths are not the only way to specifically look at whether or not someone is dangerous or sick. There's other things. For example, admissions into mental hospitals have decreased because there are programs that have people coming in and being able to talk about these things. They have programs at schools, elementaries, high schools, where children and kids are able to have these conversations. When you cut funding, you are inevitably going to increase crime in those specific areas, specifically urban. So when you ask the question, hey, why has mental health or the lack of mental health increased over time? That's a straw man argument because you can't really go off of that question. You have to go a little bit deeper.
You made the claim that because of the programs being defunded, mental health, the amount of mental health, I can't even say, the unwellness of individuals increases in America.
It will inevitably increase. Has it done so since they cut it? It's only been since April.
I'm asking you, right? Maybe show me the statistics that you're basing your claim on. You're saying that you're saying that unwellness has decreased between 2021 and 20.
I never said that.
Did it increase?
No. See, this is.
Wait. So did it stay the same?
When you
It
talk
has to be
about
one
that
of the
question,
three. No, one second.
because you have to ask.
So now
from what
now I'm getting
perspective.
this. Now I'm getting the feeling that it's not true that mental unwellness has actually increased in the years after COVID.
No.
And It's not true?
Of course it has.
Of course it has. We know that by the CDC.
No, because
CDC.
you have to go from what direction are you talking about? It's like saying,
Mental health,
it's like saying
mental
damn,
health problems have increased in America ever since COVID. You're making the argument that it
What is
hasn't.
give me, okay.
You're saying that
wait,
it
no,
hasn't.
no, you're
Can
missing,
you
you're
tell
missing.
me? Can you
Give
tell
me the direction by which you're speaking. Are we talking about the increase in mental health hospital visits? Are we talking about the increase in medications that allow people to manage their mental health? Or what are we talking about? Are we talking about gun deaths? So what direction are you talking from? That's a very important question. I feel like that really does make the difference. Because we can't just make overall baseless arguments about whether or not mental health has decreased when we're not going from a specific angle. What angle are you coming from?
I'm coming from the CDC angle, which I'm looking up the statistic right now.
And God forbid it's about guns, because I would love to see the statistics on whether or not, because again, that's the conversation is about mental health. So if you guys are so worried about mental health, why are we cutting funding for mental health? It's honestly the biggest question. I feel like no one's answering that.
Okay, so this is according to the CDC. Since 2020, symptoms of anxiety and depression spiked 40% in adults, up 11% from years before that. Higher rates are among young adults, women specifically. 32.9% of adults with mental illness had substance use disorders. This is an increase of about 18%.
Okay, I'm glad. Thank you.
46. 1 second.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm
46% of increase in mental illnesses, this is according to the CDC, of all age groups since the COVID pandemic. So just want to, one second, I just want to clarify something up. That means that while Biden fully funded the programs that you listed, mental health declined, the mental unwellness of individuals increased in America.
What was happening around that time? That could have possibly
COVID.
What things branched from that? I want to go down a list. People spending a lot of time by themselves, alone, or in the house.
So we agreed that mental illness increased during that time, right?
In this metric, yes, I am agreeing with you.
Okay, so one second. You will finish in a second. The claim he's making, let me finish. The claim he is making is that,
I got it, 'cause I'm about
the claim he's making is that it decreased. So you disagree with him. You understand that? You disagree with him. You just told me mental unwellness increased because of COVID, and you explained to the various things, and I agree with you. He disagrees with you. He's saying that mental health, the unwellness of people decreased. That people
the fact that people were able to get diagnosed and medicated means that it went down. That's what you don't get. When people get the help, and they're able.
You can't be medicated when you're locked down.
Do you understand what he's saying?
Talking about when you get the mental help and when they fund the programs.
I am so.
No, it's very easy. It's very easy. When they fund I'm very tolerant, and I'm not even fucking liberal. This is easy. When you fund the programs, look at me. It's very easy. When you fund the programs,
He's blocking it out.
I mean, it's okay, because when you have older, educated people, they fucking hate. He won't actually post this.
I'm 30 years old as well, dog.
Okay, well, I want to hope you post this, because I got 800,000 followers on TikTok. I want to see this shit.
I want to see that mental illness went down
when you
since
are able
COVID, because
to
I think everybody
when
laughs
you
at
are
that.
able
Even he
to
knows
get,
that that's not to
no.
get.
When you're able to get medicated, when you're able to get diagnosed, formally diagnosed, that actually causes you to have more resources. Therefore, it brings down the mental health.
I agree, but that didn't happen.
Then you agree? Wait, you just said you agree?
It didn't happen.
What do you mean it didn't happen?
You're disagreeing.
What are you
You're
talking
disagreeing with CDC statistics that are saying that ever since the COVID pandemic, mental health unwellness increased in America. You said that's not true.
Mental health unwellness. Read the statistic again. I want to hear you say that. I want to hear them say one more time.
Read it. 46%,
now do it one more time.
46%
I'm
of
asking you a
individuals.
question.
46% of individuals, all ages. The amount of individuals who have a mental illness